You are Priyanka Sondhi. What is your father's name?
Sir, my father's name is Mr. Netaji.
Mr.
Netaji.
Very unique name.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hearing
Yes.
for the first time.
Yes, sir.
Nickname है वाकई यही नाम है.
यही नाम है सर.
And he's working as superintendent at municipal corporation.
Yes, sir. Yes.
उनका नाम ही नेताजी रखा है शुरू से.
हाँ जी सर.
चलो. You have done your LLM
Yes, sir.
in 21.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing since then?
Sir, I have appeared in Haryana Judicial Services and I am also now pursuing PhD from Department of Laws, Punjab University.
That you have not mentioned. What happened to Haryana? Mains clear कर दिया था नहीं?
Yes, sir.
Interview में क्या हुआ फिर?
Sir, interview was good. I didn't get the marks. I don't know.
नहीं गुड था फिर मार्क्स तो नहीं मिले कहीं ना कहीं तो कमी होगी ना कोई. आपने एनालाइज किया फिर बैठ के कहाँ कमी मिल रही?
Sir, little bit mistakes were in mains also, in language. And in interview, I believe that the questions that were asked, I was not prepared for that.
So you are prepared to believe?
So they asked me questions from service law. So I was not.
They should not have.
They should have, but I was not very well versed with service law.
How you are?
Not that much right now.
Eh? What is Article 311 of the Constitution?
Sir, it relates to the. Sir, I'm not able to recall that.
Service law.
Yes, sir.
309.
Sir, it relates to the removal of or dismissal of service.
309.
Yes, sir.
And 311.
So that the public servants, they work at the pleasure of the president.
And have you read A.K. Kripak's case?
No, sir. Not.
What do you mean by prejudice?
So prejudice literally means bias. When we have a bias in our mind, impartiality in relation to someone, that is called prejudice.
How does it work in the field of service law?
Yes, sir. So mostly in service law, we have to take into consideration the principles of natural justice. That is, one should be given the right to heard and the judge should be impartial so that no prejudice or biasness is coming on the face prima facie in relation to the person with whom the proceedings are going on.
What is audi alteram partem?
Yes, sir. Sir, audi alteram partem is the right to be given to the opposite party to be heard.
Can you give two arguments in support of a reasoned order?
Two arguments?
In support of speaking order.
Speaking order. So there are various instances where a judge should pass a speaking order.
Why?
Why? Sir, in order to make sure that the judgment or the decision which he has given is backed with sufficient reasons for his giving that decision. And also it shows that the judge has applied its mind while giving that reasoned decision.
This is one reason only. I will ask for two reasons. One reason is that mind pata lag gaya judge ke kya.
Yes.
What is second argument?
Sir, that he had made the decision with all the legal formalities required.
What is judicial review?
Yes, sir. Judicial review is a provision in which wherever a person violates or the state violates any fundamental right or it goes against the basic structure of the Constitution, then the Supreme Court has a right to exercise the power of judicial review on that point, that they can take into consideration what was the law or what discrepancies have come up so that they can review that.
Can contract of personal service be specifically enforced?
Contract of
Personal service.
Personal service. So if it is based on personal qualification, then it will not be specifically enforced as it is barred under Specific Relief Act.
Which section?
Section number 14.
14. What other contracts are there which are not specifically enforceable?
Yes, sir. Sir, if there is a contract of substituted performance, then also it is not specifically enforceable, or a contract in which there is supervision of the court is required.
What are the necessary ingredients of a valid contract?
Of a
Valid contract.
sir, I'm not
Contract
aware.
act नहीं पता?
What is sir?
Contract act के ingredients नहीं पता?
Sir, term contract. I thought varied contract. Contract, yes
Valid
sir.
contract, I am saying.
Okay, sir. Sir, a contract's essential requirement is that there should be a proposal, there should be an acceptance, there should be a consideration for the same, and there should be legal enforceability, which is provided under Section 10, that the person should be of sound mind, major, and it should be of a legal object, lawful consideration.
What is novation of contract?
Novation of contract, so Section 62 of the Indian Contract Act deals with novation. It provides that whenever there is a change in the terms of the contract or there is a change in the terms of the parties, then the contract is subjected to novation.
What is part performance?
Yes, sir. So, part performance of a contract is under Section 12 of the SRA, and otherwise, part performance is under Section 53A of the Transfer of Property Act.
Transfer of Property Act is applicable to state of Punjab?
No, sir. Transfer of Property Act is not applicable in state of
All of
Punjab.
it or
I'm not sure, sir.
not very sure?
Not
Not
sure.
at all sure.
Not very sure.
At all. Anyway.
Priyanka, since you are preparing for the interview, you must have focused upon the current affairs. Have you?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the recent G20 meeting taking place?
Yes, sir.
Who is the president of G20?
Sir, I believe.
Believe or
Yes, sir.
Or it is.
it
It
is?
is.
Which is the new country which has been allowed to join G20
South Africa.
partially,
African countries are allowed.
particularly India.
Yes, sir.
The name G20 will continue as?
So they are referring that it should be G21.
Obviously, once they are
Yes, sir.
ready, one country to change to G20.
Yes, sir.
We took over presidency from each country. Who was the last president before India?
So that I'm not aware of.
Can you tell me one quality of person
Yes, sir.
which you think will
Sir, I am very positive and I always take motivation from any kind of failure in my life or any kind of bad situation. I always try to introspect within myself and then I want to conquer that failure, be it in every field, be it in law, be it in
Can you give
judiciary.
an example of recent thing which you have introspected, found, and
Overcome.
overcome or under overcome the stage?
Yes, sir. So when I appeared in Haryana Judicial Services interview, so I was very sure that it would be a good result. But when I saw my result, I was very disheartened because my parents' dreams were shattered. So I developed the habit of reading self-help books at that stage. And then I believed that sometimes certain things happen to teach us something so that we could be more stronger when we face another interview. So now I feel that I was not very much confident at that time. I was a little bit nervous in the previous interview. And I was also lacking experience at that time. Sometimes experience teaches us a lot that studies cannot teach us.
That's what.
What is the best evidence?
Yes, sir. So the best evidence principle is primary evidence supersedes documentary evidence, and uh,
Primary evidence, the superseding
secondary evidence. Secondary evidence. Yes, sir. And oral evidence supersedes documentary evidence.
It is other way. Other way. Other way.
Sorry, sir. Documentary evidence supersedes oral evidence. I beg your pardon, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And sir, Section 91 of the Indian Evidence Act, it provides that whenever any uh, contract, grant, or disposition, or anything which is required by law to be in writing has been documented, then the evidence can be given only in the document
Why
form.
hearsay evidence is not treated relevant evidence?
Yes, sir. So, hearsay evidence is not admissible under the Indian Evidence Act because, sir, there can be chances of fabrication in that evidence. It is not coming from a reliable source, and also it is not a direct evidence because Indian Evidence Act allows
No,
the
fabrication is possible even in direct evidence. One can always
yes,
fabricate.
yes, sir.
That's not the point. The
Yes, sir.
fabrication is possible even in direct evidence. The
Yes, sir.
witness is fabricated.
Yes, sir.
What is the rationale why we should exclude it from evidence?
Hearsay evidence.
Because the hearsay is not direct. And best evidence must be direct.
Correct. Yes.
That's the best. Is side evidence direct or hearsay?
Sir, time declaration is an exception to the rule of hearsay evidence. In certain cases, when the person who is going to die, he gives evidence of that thing that he is being killed by so and so person, then it can be a direct
You
evidence.
give evidence. He makes a statement.
He makes a statement. Yes, sir. Sir, in that case, it can be direct. But when supposedly certain person,
He's not an accused. So how could he be direct? The man who made the statement right now is already dead.
yes, sir.
And this statement reproduced by some witness in the court of witness.
Yes,
So
sir.
which will be hearsay or direct?
Hearsay, sir. It is an exception to hearsay.
So, so feedback time, basically. I think we have asked enough questions and you have proved your mettle.
Yes, yes.
I'm quite satisfied with the performance.
Certainly. So am I.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Just
excellent.
about your dress. If you can have some plain shirt and
Avoid
white
embroidery.
Okay, sir. Sir, this will not work.
No, this is embroidery.
Oh, color.
white or some light color.
Okay, sir.
Of white.
Sober color.
Okay, sir.
है ना? Otherwise, we are all very satisfied about your interview, and we hope that you come out with flying colors.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Maintain this calmness and basically that
A small,
cool attitude.
a small interjection
Yes, sir.
that Professor V. Singh asked you a question, you jumped over to answer it, and
Yes, sir.
was top sitter. है ना?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen the question,
Yes, sir.
analyze the answer in your mind, be sure, then give your answer.
Yes, sir.
है? Otherwise, you are very good, but very good से ये भी ना कहीं सोच लेना कि बस मैं तो very good हूँ और
नहीं, सर.
तरीके से आपको कोई आंसर आता है
हाँ जी.
तो very confidently say yes sir. But other way around मतलब वो पैनलिस्ट को पता लग जाता है कि ये क्योंकि तो आपने किस नहीं बोला ये अच्छी ऑब्जर्वेशन थी तो ये चीज है इट्स अंडरस्टूड
हाँ जी.
यस कहने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ठीक है पर इट इज ऑलवेज बेटर दैट यू टेक अ पॉज फॉर अ मोमेंट
instead of saying yes sir, have a pause. then answer.
Okay, sir.
Here the question have a pause
Here, understand, then answer.
सर मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि अगर ज्यादा वेट करेंगे उनको ये ना लगे कि इसको आता ही नहीं.
No, no, ऐसा नहीं.
Okay.
और ये
If you don't understand the question, you could request. Would you please repeat?
Yes.
No,
ये नहीं करना
हाथ लेके ना ये नहीं करना हाथ
हाँ जी.
ऐसे नहीं करना. That shows your
कभी करना ही नहीं आप भूल जाओ इसको हाँ?
अभी देख लिया ना आपने अभी क्या भी देख लिया हमने है ना ये छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं जो काफी इफेक्ट करती
हाँ जी.
हैं. चलो
ठीक है
थैंक यू